I'm going to ask a very serious question to all the ladies out there. The very few of you who watch my channel, I'm going to ask you, what is it that women offer men in today's modern relationship? Not even marriage, just relationship. Besides sex, what else do you offer men? And please, don't get offended by the question. Just try to be honest with me. Try to just say to yourself, okay, what are we offering men? And why is it that these men no longer are interested in taking women serious? That's what we're going to dive into today. Okay, so my friends, hit the like button. Please book a session if you have any problems at all. Let's have a conversation about this because it's one of those questions that we need to seriously ask ourselves. Because women can clearly tell men what they want. Got to be over 6 foot tall. He got to make 6 figures. He has to have a 6-pack, good body. He has to be polite. Women have a plethora of requirements that they put on men. But what do men get in return? Because the idea behind a relationship is that it's mutual on both sides. There has to be a balance. I give you something, you give me something, and we both balance it out so that both parties are happy. So let's talk about it. So let's listen to this quick debate on the Forever, where he's asking the simple question. If women want men to be chivalrous, what do men get in return? And the panel seemed to be struggling with this question because man offering chivalry is a special treatment for women. Why do they deserve it? And why is it that we did it in the past, but a lot of men no longer want to give it? And that's how we're going to start this discussion. It's going to go deep, my friends. Hang in there. This is going to be a good one. All right.
All the men got obliterated in here.
What do men get? What do men get?
And all the men got obliterated in here.
What do men get? What do men get?
What are we talking
Basically,
about?
because
Why should they get something?
women are the ones who have
Hang on, let her answer. Let her answer.
Women are the ones who...
What do men now get? I can tell you what they got. What they got was chaste, virtuous, virgin women. That's what they got. So hang on. What they got was chaste, virtuous, virgin women. Okay, that's what they got. And the status of those women was to be high and protected. And if any man were to come across and do things untoward towards women, you would challenge them to duels and fight to the death in the street and literally kill other men over the fact that they besmirched a woman's honor. Right? That's a really high tier of social status. So what do men get now? What do we get?
I want them to fight.
Why do they have to get something, though? Is chivalry only necessary if there's a transactional thing, or can you just be chivalrous because it's
just creates
respectful to the general society?
So I'll answer your question. Yes, it is. In this case, it would be transactional because you're just asking for a higher sense of social status that you don't actually deserve. You're not giving anything for it. Like, what are you giving to actually have the door open for you? What are you giving for men to go down with the ships and you to get the lifeboat? Like, what is it that you're giving now? You're not giving anything. So you're just demanding a higher form of social status, and men are like, no, that's not equality. That's the opposite of equality.
And there's the problem. A man opened the door today. Guess what? Oh, you're misogynist, and I can open my own door, and I could blah, blah. We have reached this point in our society where men don't even know if he should. I'm still a guy that would open the door for anyone who is coming close behind me, whether it's male or female. I will hold that door open. I will hold the door open and let the woman walk through first. If I'm on the opposite side of the door and I push it open or pull it open and I see her about to step in, I will make her walk through the door first. I'm old school in that respect. And I expect a smile and a thank you, but I don't even get that these days. So it just blows my mind that women want this special treatment. But on the other hand, this is the kind of woman we're getting.
When I date a guy on my dating ages, when I date a guy, it wasn't out of love. It was out of revenge of what happened to me. I will date you today after 2 weeks when we sleep together. Tomorrow go like case ya rape. I get happy. Tomorrow go like case ya rape, and mind you will be arrested. I did that to several guys.
Anger. Did not deal with the issues.
Jesus. If you guys didn't understand what she said, you had to listen to it a few times. I certainly had to. She said a couple days later, I would call and accuse him of rape, and she would have him arrested. Yeah, that's the kind of woman we're dealing with. or this type of woman here?
He dozed off. I went ahead and took his condoms out of the trash, and I used a syringe and inserted his sperm inside of me. I looked it up online. I see how to do it. This is my property, man. You left it in my house. That's my property. It's your property.
I hope that Christ that's AI. Oh, but then I think about Drake. Remember that case with Drake when he had actually discarded his condom and he put hot pepper sauce in the condom after he finished, and the woman had gone in and did the same thing, ended up putting hot sauce in her punani, and guess what? Scalded her, burned her, and she was then trying to sue him for that. I don't know if you guys remember that case, but that was a while back. But this is the kind of woman men get in today's environment. I'm going to the psych depth. Yes, I know that I had messed up this name before. I said psych hack the last time, and I do apologize for that. Dr. Turban, no, that was not you. This is Psych Depth. I love this channel, and I love referring to them. I'm going to play a small piece of this video that they had, because once again, it's a perfect descriptor of the type of woman we have in today's environment. Let's have a listen.
Social media did something nobody expected. It gave women a platform to reveal exactly who they are when they think nobody's watching. Every tweet, every TikTok, every Instagram story, they're telling on themselves at a rate that's absolutely staggering. The mask isn't just slipping anymore, it's completely off. And what's underneath? Years of emotional debt, unresolved trauma and entitlement that they expect you to pay for. Let me show you what women are accidentally revealing about themselves and why this changes everything about modern dating. Here's what's happening right now. Women are publicly bragging about things that would have destroyed their reputation 20 years ago. Body counts in the dozens, cheating stories, manipulation tactics, gold-digging strategies. They're posting it all for likes and validation. They think they're being empowered and honest. What they're actually doing is showing men exactly why they should run.
Yeah, the thing is, I like it. I like that the women have reached this point where they no longer have any shame, because men get to see what they're dealing with. Before, this attitude was in the dark. This was in the dark. This was not out in public. Now men get to see who these women really are. Red Pill have been telling you who these women are, but now they're telling on themselves.
So I'm going to tell you some of the things that I did when I was cheating on my husband, my ex-husband rather. This was the biggest lie I think I ever told him. Out of all the lies I told, I think this was the biggest lie. So I was doing my thing, I ain't gonna lie. And I had met a dude that, we want to spend the weekend together. He was from Philadelphia. He lived down here where I stay. And so this was back like 2010, 2009. But this was the biggest lie I ever told my husband. You know how you get paid under the table? You know how you get paid under the table? You know, sometimes you work a job, whatever, you get paid under the table. Well, I had my husband thinking I was going to work every weekend. I had my husband thinking I was going to work over the weekend. I was doing, like, keeping an elderly person over the weekend at their house, like doing CNA type work. And I would go every Friday night and every Saturday night. And y'all, the fucked up part about it is, I'm being real now. I just got to keep it real. The pay that I would bring home was the money that my husband was giving me when he get paid. He thought I was working. He didn't know I was working I was working and bringing home the money that he already done gave me, saying that I done got paid. I would get a hotel room. Me and him do the hotel room every weekend, and do our thing. Just being honest. I'm just being real now. But at the end of the day, yes, and for the ones that's finna come for me saying I was trifling and I was wrong as hell, yes, I was. Yes, I was.
You can just get out here and just shamelessly just tell our story about cheating on our husband. Back in the day, this was taboo. You keep your damn mouth shut.
For a bad boy or nice guy?
Bad boy.
Bad boy?
Bad boy. Only boy.
Why not nice guy?
No.
Bad boy better?
He's very famous.
Yeah. So better in the bedroom? Nice guy is boring?
Boring. Bad boys.
Bad boys.
Them girls 20 years down the line, where's all the nice guys at? You know, and they're gone. You know, they've been gone for quite a long time, man. You know, they think they can play this game in their 20s and, you know, in their 30s, someone's just gonna fall in the trap. Someone will, some simp. But I'm telling you guys, man, I tell you guys this for a long time. To be the good man, you know, the good man is nice, respectful, caring. He's gonna go tenfold for the right girl, and, you know, he's gonna have a backbone. You know, hey, I'm not putting up with this. You wanna do it, so be it. But I won't be here.
And this is the thing. This is what women are crying over now. Social media. Women are crying because those men are gone. Those men are no longer interested in her and her problems.
I saw a TikTok yesterday. This woman, probably 32, divorced, 2 kids, making a video about how her new boyfriend needs to heal her trauma from her ex. She literally said, out loud, on camera, that it's his job to fix the damage another man caused. And the comments? Thousands of women agreeing. Yes, Queen, he should be grateful for the chance. If he can't handle your trauma, he doesn't deserve you. This is emotional debt, and women are drowning in it. Every bad relationship, every pump and dump, every situationship that didn't work out, it all accumulates into this massive emotional burden that they carry into new relationships. But here's the kicker. They expect you to pay off this debt. You didn't create it, you weren't there, but somehow it's your responsibility to fix it. Let me tell you about a client of mine. Good guy, successful, met this woman who seemed perfect. 3 months in, she starts unloading. Her ex was abusive. The guy before that cheated. The guy before that wouldn't commit. Suddenly he's got to prove he's different, constantly reassure her, basically pay for the sins of every man who came before him. He's not dating her, he's dating her entire sexual history. 0305. The casual sex epidemic created a generation of emotionally bankrupt women. They spent their 20s getting ran through by guys who didn't give a shit about them. They confused sexual attention with love, orgasms with intimacy, texting with connection. Now they're 30-something, bitter as fuck and looking for someone to blame. Guess who that is? The good man who actually wants to commit. You know what's really twisted? These women know they're damaged. They know their ability to pair bond is destroyed. They know they're carrying massive baggage. But instead of working on themselves, they've reframed it as, you need to accept me as I am. No, sweetheart. Nobody needs to accept your bullshit.
The delusion is breathtaking. But this is what men have to choose from in today's modern environment. Anywhere in the West, this is what men have to choose from. And these are not good options for any man. None. So you wondering why the birth rates are so low, why the divorce rates are so high, and why men are just saying, nope, I prefer to just build on my own, make my own money, forego any kids, forego any relationships, and just do my thing and stay in my peace. Because it's inevitable that a modern woman who has no desire for long-term commitment, her ability to pair bond with a man is non-existent. She's never had any experience with pair bonding with any individual in her adult life. And guess what? She's not going to pair bond with one man when she hits her 30s. Because all she has experience of is a massive amount of men who have been in her life on a temporary basis. Men are logical, practical creatures. And when we see the evidence of this, how the hell can we say, okay, let me take a chance, when his entire financial future, his entire emotional, and his DNA is on the line? An emotionally damaged woman is a serious liability, my friend.
Your trauma is your responsibility, not your next boyfriend's. The entitlement is off the charts. These women genuinely believe that after spending a decade giving their best years to men who wouldn't commit, they deserve a perfect husband who will heal all their wounds. They think some man should show up, ignore their past, fix their problems, raise their kids, and be grateful for the opportunity. The delusion is breathtaking. Social media made it worse. Now they have echo chambers telling them their emotional debt is actually experience and growth, that their bitterness is boundaries, that their inability to trust is being careful. They've created an entire language to avoid accountability. It's not damage, it's journey. It's not baggage, it's story. Here's what they don't tell you. Every casual relationship leaves a scar. Every time they gave their body to someone who didn't value them, it carved out a piece of their soul. By the time they're ready to settle down, they're hollow. They've got nothing left to give.
And this is the problem. Every woman out there trying to convince you that she's still valuable. Valuable to who? Women tend to think that the same thing she sees valuable in a man, that a man should see valuable in her. And it's such a stupid way to look at life. Instead of asking men, well, what do you see valuable? No, they never ask those questions. They keep looking at other women, the echo chamber, to tell them what men want. It's mind-blowing, man. It seriously is. Just listen to this lady here.
Standards are just too high. I'm a 30-year-old single black female prioritizing gut health and protein intake. I can squat 250. I've written 2 books and speak 3 different languages. In the last 6 months alone, I've created 4 different applications and 2 different programs across the iOS platform. Not to mention, I started diversifying my financial.
With all due respect, do y'all want to get married because you have a degree or because he understands that you're loving? With all due respect, do y'all want to get married because he understands how caring you are or because you're fluent in 4 different languages? With all due respect, do you want that man to marry you because he understands how incredible of a person you are without him? Or do you want him to marry you because you make a lot of money? I'm just asking at this point because a lot of you are coming to the table with your accomplishments, and I'm not trying to dim the light on the hard work you guys have done. Not trying to do that at all. But the same way you hate when that finance bro can only talk about himself and his accomplishments and he thinks he's top stuff because he used to do this stuff or he does these things in life, you as a woman understand that don't mean nothing. You could be a terrible man. I don't care if you did run a Fortune 500 company. You could be a terrible boyfriend. You could be a terrible husband. So why do y'all come to the table with the exact same thing y'all used to critique? I forgot, it's not the same.
See, this is the problem. None of these women are coming to the tables telling men how nurturing they are, how they're looking forward to providing for a family, settling into a relationship that would be wholesome, where her and her husband are working hard to create a future together and having 2 beautiful kids, and telling men that, hey, I'm capable of cooking good, healthy meals so that my family will stay healthy. I'm capable of keeping my home nice and clean, and I can still go out and work. And I will make sure that if my husband has fallen, that I can always support him, and we're going to work as a unit. None of those things women come with. But all you hear is, I can do this, and I can I make money, and I'm Fortune 500, and I speak this, and wow.
You ain't never had a beautiful female come up to you and approach you?
Yeah, chicks come up to me all the time, but I know something wrong with them.
So you think something wrong with me? Because I approach men all the time.
You're 39?
I'm 39.
Let's just be honest and keep it no fugazi. Your value diminished a lot from when you were 22.
I look better now than I did then.
Pull it up. Pull up Instagram. Look at that picture.
And look at you. You do not look better now.
I love how he kept it real. And she's going... You can see that the streets have not been kind to her at all. No. These women trying to fool men into thinking, oh, look, I'm 39 and I'm much better than I was when I was 22. Hell no.
They're emotionally maxed out, running on fumes, trying to build something real with counterfeit feelings. The sexual marketplace taught them to use their bodies as currency. In their 20s, that currency had value. They could get attention, validation, even commitment from high-value men, temporarily. But they spent it all on men who didn't stick around. Now they're 35, the currency is devalued, and they're pissed that their sexual credit score is shit. I see this pattern constantly. Woman rides the carousel for 15 years, racks up massive emotional debt, then meets a nice guy and expects him to refinance her entire emotional history. She wants him to pay premium prices for what she gave away for free. She wants investment banker commitment for OnlyFans behavior. The math doesn't work, but they're too entitled to see it. The manipulation tactics are incredible. They'll trauma dump early to test if you'll be their emotional janitor. They'll create problems that don't exist to see if you'll solve them. They'll push boundaries to see if you'll hold frame. And if you don't play along, if you don't accept their emotional debt, you're emotionally unavailable and can't handle a real woman. Real woman? No. You're a collection of unresolved issues in a dress. A real woman would handle her own emotional debt before entering a new relationship. A real woman wouldn't expect a man to pay for damage he didn't cause. A real woman would take accountability for her choices instead of demanding someone else fix the consequences.
Social media has definitely highlighted the problem. But it's not just social media on its own. It's feminism as well. Because feminism unbridled women's pride. It took the reins off. It told women, don't be ashamed to be who you are. Enjoy your body. You can be just like men. You can be as promiscuous as men are. Now we're finding out that women are more promiscuous than men. Feminism is the mechanism that told women that owning her body and do what she wants with her own body is empowering. It wasn't social media that did that. That was feminism. So this combination of social media and feminism was a lethal combination for today's modern woman. I'm trying to make sure that my daughters do not enter the social media realm. And when I say that, one of my daughters, my youngest daughter, she's training for media. And I'm trying to encourage her to do a podcast. But the podcast will deal with social and political issues internationally. So she's very much a red pillar. She's an anti-feminist if you've never seen one before. And she's struggling because she really don't like being in the spotlight. She's debated many times about doing a Faceless channel. But like her father, she sees the monetary results of having a YouTube channel because she knows that YouTube is the future of media. Mainstream media is no longer mainstream. YouTube is now mainstream. TikTok is now mainstream. X is now mainstream. Instagram is now mainstream. This is where elections are won and lost. It's not mainstream media anymore, my friends. I remember the days when a woman would never even admit that she drank. It was always just a quiet thing. Now, check this woman here on a bloody dating site. What's the first thing she says?
Okay, not gonna lie. First, we gotta go to the liquor store, right? Because I like to have fun. Okay, I like to turn up. So first, we go to the liquor store. And
yeah, like she like first thing I want to do is go to the liquor store. How many dudes you heard say that? Hey, we about to go first before we hit this party. Oh man, I gotta go to the liquor store, man. I gotta get me a drink. That's man. I have not heard a woman say nothing like that, bro. Like, let's go to the liquor store first. Everybody be like, well, what we drinking? If we going to the liquor store beforehand, but not being all rip like, yeah, I'm about to go to the liquor store. I'm about to go. I need to get turned up before I go to this party. Oh my.
What else do we have to pick from? What else?
Do you want me to actually answer?
Yeah.
Well, let's say in this hypothetical boat situation where we're all going down with the ship and we have to decide, because I'm not planning on having children, I would probably just stay back and let other people go. Like, I think it just depends on person to person, if that makes sense. Like, I am totally fine with being disposable, not having legacy, so I wouldn't need to go above other people that care to do those things.
So why should you get chivalry?
Well, because you should be respectful. Like, I would be chivalrous to an elderly or a child.
Why couldn't I treat you just like other women treat you? Which is not in a chivalrous way. Isn't that equality?
Speaking from a biological perspective,
hang on,
women are the ones
let her answer. The sisterhood
no, because I'm bouncing
right
off
away.
of what she's saying. Because
I know, but can you let her answer my question before you chime in? So back to this. Why do you deserve chivalry? Why?
Well, this is probably going to get a whole can of worms, but I do think that there's a physical aspect of a man's physically stronger than me. I'm probably physically stronger than most elderly people and children, so that's my general hierarchy, but everyone
Why
obviously...
does that mean that you deserve chivalry? I don't get it.
Well, because, okay, in a duel, for example, why would I fight my own duel?
Yeah, but why should anybody fight your duel for you?
Because there should be a general code of chivalry in society. If there was
why? That's just begging the question. It should be because it should be because it should be. It's like, why though? Like,
because we're all humans on this earth.
If you have a higher social status where you're not allowed to punch women because they have this social status in society, that's chivalrous, right? If they hit you, you can't hit them back. Well, that's gone with equality. When you demand egalitarianism and equality, if men hit men and the social expectation is that they get hit back, that's going to be the same exact thing for women now. That's real equality. That's what you're demanding, is that the social status go to that. So why is it if you hit a man, you don't deserve to get hit back? Tell me why. Give me a real reason why.
Well, because the man would probably be significantly stronger than me. The level of damage done is different.
So you're saying that if weaker men attack stronger men, which is always the case, there's always one weaker than the other.
A stronger man.
Not justified. The stronger man's not justified in punching him back. That doesn't sound ridiculous to you?
No, they can punch each other back, but someone else should defend that man that can't defend himself, because that's chivalrous.
Well, he attacked. So if you attack a man, right, you can't say, oh, but I'm weaker. You're equal. Do you know what equality means? Equality means even if you're weaker and you attack someone stronger, who cares? You get the same consequence because it's equal.
I guess that's true. I'm more about pro-equity than equality. So you're right, I misspoke. We should all just be allowed to punch whoever.
Equity, when you're talking about
Let's
the
just all
box,
punch each other for the rest of our lives.
Yes.
You
even
get
if
a
you're talking
punch.
about
You
equity,
get a
it's the same
punch.
thing.
What do you
Equity
mean?
is bringing up the same problem.
No, because you're...
I'm so confused.
Okay, let's backtrack. Then I'm dumb and define equity versus equality for me, because I don't see how they're the same thing.
Well, don't you guys always use the box argument?
The what
right?
argument?
It's not that a shorter person, equality is that the shorter person is as tall as the taller person. Equity would be if you're both looking over the fence, the shorter person can't see, you put a box down so that the shorter person can stand in the box, and now both of you can see over the fence.
Okay, we'll go with that example.
Do you agree that that's a good explanation or descriptor for equity?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not equality then, right? Why shouldn't I get the same size box?
Yeah, that's why I said you're right, and I believe in equity over equality.
So what you're doing is demanding that there be a social class based on the fact that you're not as good as other people, or you don't think you are.
Yeah, that's true. I think that we should protect other people and help each other.
Yeah.
You know, you should always help how
yeah,
you would want to be treated.
Say is well, screw that. That's a violation of the social contract. You demanded equality. You said that you wanted political equality. You said that you wanted equality in the military. You say that you want equality in all social categories, but now you demand this thing called equity, which is saying, well, actually, even if we are equal, we're still at disadvantage from you, and so we still need further things given to us, which now it's not equal then. Now it's you're a perpetual victim class. So it's like you got to make up your mind.
But were people really asking for equality, the equal amount of everything, or were people asking for the opportunity to pursue rights that they didn't have?
See, this is where women just are so confused in their own bullshit. They want equality, but if they still can't be equal, and when they say equality, they want equal opportunities, right? But when a man still outclass them when given the equal opportunities, they want a special class, and they call it equity. So now we gotta compensate. DEI? Anyone? That is where they want the box, so that we can both see over the proverbial fence. Before, we were both given the opportunity to stand at a fence and look over, but she's shorter than the man. We are given an equal opportunity to stand and look over the fence. Just because you can't look over the fence, oh, it's not equal because I'm shorter. Okay, Jesus, DEI. Okay, let's buy a box. Let's construct it so that she can now see over the fence, bring her up. Now we're back to the same position. She's now pleading for special services. So it never stops. This is the problem that we have in today's environment. Andrew really set that out perfectly. But then we get this sort of delusion.
What you rate yourself from 1 to 10?
I'm a whole 11.
You above the scale?
Hell yeah.
What about in the real world?
I don't care about nobody else. In the real world, I'm a 10.
You know a 10 means perfect.
I'm perfect.
So there's nothing that you can change as far as your looks.
I got nice eyes. They real. This body is real. That's a problem.
Okay.
And I'm soft. I'm a 10. Say, you look good. You look good. So I'm telling you, I'm a 10.
So people are telling you that you look good. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Those people, they was lying to you. They was lying to you. They was lying to you. So the thing is, when you get all of this free attention from males that say, oh, baby, yeah, you look good. You ain't got to change nothing. They're lying to you because they want to sleep with you. I don't have those intentions, so I'm being honest with you. So I can tell you that you are not a 10. You're not anything close to that. And you have many things that you need to work on and change from the outside. For sure, for sure, for sure.
See, this is the problem. Men do not tell women the truth. Gentlemen, we're not being polite. We're literally destroying the woman. Because the simp men are telling women these lies. The polite men are telling women lies. We have to be honest with women. You're not a 10. Because what we've done is we've made women live in this delusional world. Who wants a woman like that?
Men, you know when you see a beautiful woman that's out of your league and you feel scared? That feeling in your chest, it's called common sense.
You know, I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing because pointless. Because if I say something, automatically I'm gonna become the bad guy. Something deep down inside really wants to say, you know what? Common sense should have told her not to make that video. And sometimes it's okay to sit on the sideline and watch somebody else playing the game. Certain people shouldn't be spreading certain messages. It's just not going to be received well. I don't make the rules. See, here I am. I just said I wasn't going to say nothing. Here I am talking shit. You know what? Godspeed.
And there lies the problem. The polite men don't tell her. The simp men will make her feel like she's actually God gift to men. So she will grow in that delusion. She has the confidence to come out here and literally say that to the public. And she's butt ugly. That's the reality of it. It's not my opinion. I'm a professional beauty, fashion, and fitness photographer for over 25 years. That is not the standard of beauty that anyone would accept.
How much money is in your guys' bank account?
Like 50 grand.
50 grand?
A little bit less, like around
162,000. I don't know.
162,000.
What?
Yeah, my dad gave it. My dad gave it to me for college.
I pay for all this food and clothes and shit, and you got all that money?
160,000?
It's like I use it for college and stuff. I let him pay for other stuff.
Why?
Because like
I'm struggling out here. You're using all that money for. You're making me pay all this money? You got all that?
It's good for me because then I don't need to pay for you. But then the boy's supposed to pay, so then I like that he pays for me.
I earned it hard myself.
Yeah, but my dad gave it to me for college. I don't know. I didn't think this bothered you.
It's better that he learns when he's young. He gets the lesson when he's young so that when he's older, he'll know who to avoid, the questions to ask, and how to manage these type of women. And hopefully he won't make the mistake of marrying a selfish woman like this. Gentlemen, it's hard out there. The pickings are slim. These women are already conditioned to be undesirables straight out of the mother's womb. A lot of these women never stood a chance of being desirable for the men that should find them desirable because their mothers were messed up and those mothers never taught their daughters how to be any better because most of them took the trauma and she basically passed it on to her daughter. It's the world we live in. So the question is, do men have many choices? And the answer is no. Might have to go overseas because Western women, they're lost, man. They're lost. And I'm hoping that a lot of women will see this and actually start to turn this thing around because, it's rough out there, man. It's rough out there. All right. So listen, my friends, this is today's lesson. Sometimes these lessons get really depressing, bringing it to you, man. I'm going to have to bring you a lighthearted one tomorrow. I can't go through another dark one. All right, my friends, listen, like this video on the way out, please. Remember, you can book a session with me if you need any help at all. You're starting your YouTube channel, whatever, I'm here for you. Okay? So, my friends, until tomorrow, remember, whenever in doubt, always, always ask an older man. See you soon. Cheers.